So in this session, what we will do is we'll build a custom detail page button. And by using this button, users will be able to quickly look up an account. So let's go ahead to our setup in Salesforce. Let's close this tab. Let's click on setup. We will navigate to the object manager. We want to build that custom button on the account record. That's why we will navigate to account object. So eventually what will happen is when a user checks an account record, they will see a button over here that will say look up the account or whatever custom name we gave to it. Whenever they click on that button, a Google page will open where it will Google that account. For example, it will Google information about Edge Communications. That's what we're trying to achieve. Let's click on buttons, links, and actions. We have to click on this area that says new button or link. Give a name. Let's see what name we want to give. So the name is not defined, so we will give any name that we want. Lookup account. And the API name automatically populated. So we will select this option, okay? Detail page button. And here we have to define our URL. Salesforce needs to know the URL, the Google URL, so that it can search for the account record. And before we configure that URL, let me go ahead and get this account or any account, for example. Let's say we have an Amazon account that we want to search, right? So we usually, when we do a Google search, we type the Amazon here and click on enter. And it searches Google. It searches the Amazon information, right? And if we check this URL, we see that the Amazon, the same name that we typed here, gets appeared over here right after that Q and question mark. So this is going to be the standard pattern. If I search for another account, for example, Dell, that Dell name will get attached over here as well. So I'm going to copy this part of the URL and I'll copy paste that here. And I will have to replace this Dell with another expression so that this button always dynamically looks up the correct account name. Otherwise, if I keep it as it is, it will always look up Dell, which we don't want. So in order to achieve that, you can highlight this. And while you're remaining on this account field type, click this drop down and select the account name field. And as soon as you do that, Salesforce pastes this expression there. So this expression is telling this URL that always grab the name of the account that we are viewing or the user is viewing. So we will check the syntax. Everything looks good and we will save this. Let's click on OK. So we have now created this custom button, and then we will navigate to our page layout and select the page layout that is being used. So in our scenario, the account layout is the one that we are using. And let's go to mobile and lightning actions. So here we have this lookup account. We will drag and drop it in this area and then save this. Let's navigate back to our account and do a refresh. And that button should get displayed here. It's not here yet. Let's do another hard refresh. All right, it's still not here. So what I will do is I will go to Setup, click on this gear icon, then click on Edit Page. Click on this area. So we are using dynamic actions. And from here, I'm going to see if I see that option. All right, I don't see that lookup account option over here. What I will do is I will click on Add Action and search for it. Here I have under custom buttons, I have this action, which is lookup account. Let me click on that and click on Done. And if you want, you could move this up a little bit if you want, so that we could quickly access that. And we will save. If we're not using dynamic actions, it would automatically get populated there. But if in our case, we are using dynamic actions, that's why we had to do one more additional configuration. So our button is here. If you click on this button now, it opens a new tab and looks up the edge communications. Now let's test this on another account record to make sure that it doesn't always searches for the same account. So I'm going to navigate to Sales app, select another account record, and hit that button again. Lookup account, and in this case, it's searching this account, which is what we were expecting.